So let us continue the next question. Question number 31. The transformer is designed to operate a 220 volt AC supply. To supply the input to AC. The primary coil has 440 turns. So number of turns in the secondary coil. That is, input voltage was given as 220. Output voltage is given as 9 volt. That is step down transformer. So in transformer formula you know that voltage across the secondary coil to voltage across the primary coil is equal to number of turns in the secondary coil to number of turns in the primary coil. Now we want to calculate the number of turns in the secondary coil. So that is equal to Vs divided by Vp into which one now? Into L. So Vs value 9 volt, output voltage, by Vp value is equal to 220 input voltage into number of turns are given by 440. So 220 ones are 220 twos are, which is equal to 18. How many number of turns will be there in secondary? That will be of 8. Next question. Question number 32. Clean electromagnetic wave propagating in the y direction, so which has wavelength value 6 Lm. The electric field in y direction and the maximum magnitude is 33 volt by meter. So the equation for electric field. Here electromagnetic wave is propagating along which direction? It is propagating along x-axis, pole to x-axis. What is the formula for y? Or what is the formula for instantaneous? E is equal to E naught into sine omega t minus k. K is a propagation constant term. So E naught is the peak value, the given peak value. So E naught into kinetic omega compound. Then what I get? T minus x divided by c. Why? Because since what is the reason here is, so we will get c is equal to omega divided by k. Correct? Then after substitution finally we get equation value is equal to peak value here we given it as 33. So 33 into sine pi, you can calculate. Omega value is 2 by f. So pi into t minus x divided by c. This is the equation for progressivity. Understood? Question number 32. Next 33. The refractive index of the material of the equilateral prism is √3. Then what they are asking us to calculate? So asking us to calculate what is the angle of minimum deviation. What is the formula for refractive index of a prism? Mu is equal to, so sine a plus b by 2 by sine a. Correct? From this we want to calculate. They given mu value √3. So then what I get? Sine a plus b by 2. And which prism they are telling that? So equilateral prism. Equilateral prism means what is a value? A is equal to 60 degrees. We want to calculate d value. So V is equal to mu √3 into sine 30 degrees. 60 by 2 now. So what I get? A plus d by 2. Here this is √3 by 2. Sine inverse of √3 by 2. I will write it as sine inverse of √3 by 2. Sine which value will get √3 by 2? That is a plus d by 2 sine 60 degrees is equal to 60 degrees. So what about a plus d value? A plus d value is equal to 120 degrees. How much? 120 degrees. So what is d value? Is 120 minus 60, which will be of d is equal to 60 degrees. Understood now? Next question number 34. So two plane mirrors are there. Separation between the two plane mirrors are given as how much? 15 centimeters. The object is placed in between them at a distance of 5 centimeters. So both are of plane mirrors. So this is one plane mirror and this is one plane mirror. Here only I will show. Okay now? So if I consider this is the first mirror and this is second mirror, M1 and M2. They are asking us to calculate what is the distance of the first three images from the mirror to first image. So this is distance in a plane mirror, you know, distance of the object is equal to distance of the image. So first image can I call it as I1, it is formed at a distance of 5 cm. Okay now? Now with respect to second mirror. So second mirror, what is the distance of the object from the second mirror? So this distance value will be of 10. So it will form the image at a distance of 10. Correct? So this distance value will be of 10 cm. So this the image which is formed by which one? First mirror. So that image will be act like which one? Object. For which mirror? Second mirror. What is the distance of this So can I call it is 4 dash? What is the distance of this object from the second mirror? So the distance value will be given by, so this distance value, total distance is equal to how much? So this is 10 plus 10 plus 5. So total value will be of 25. Then one more image will be formed. So by this mirror, at what distance it will be formed? So this side at a distance of how much? I2. So that is of 20. Similarly, we can calculate the third. Okay, so what about the third image? The third image to form, again what I need to consider? So I need to consider the object. By considering this, you can find out. So answer we get 5 over 25 and 35. So next value will be of how much? That is of 35. Total distance value that is. Next one. Question number 35. How is the interference pattern affected when violet light is replaced with sodium light? In this interference, what is the formula for fringe width? Beta is equal to lambda into capital D divided by small d. So beta value for a given setup are directly proportional to lambda. So you know this V I D G Y O R VIR. So when you go from violet to red color, so what happened to wavelength value? Lambda value increases. Correct? When you are going down, lambda value increases. When lambda value increases, what happened to beta? Increase. Which one is replaced? So interference of violet light is replaced with which one? Sodium. So violet and sodium. Here comparison is between violet and sodium. Sodium is yellow. So what happened to the lambda value? Increases. So lambda value for which one? Yellow color is greater than the lambda value for which one? Then violet color. So due to that reason, fringe width with violet color is greater than fringe width for which color? Fringe width for yellow color greater than the violet color. So what is the answer is the fringes. So what happened to the fringe width value will be increased. Fourth option. Next one. Question number 36. So what is the reason for twinkling of stars? Because what happened? So star, that is the twinkling is because of the reason the fluctuating apparent position of the star being slightly different from the actual position of the star. That is only enough. So why star will twinkle? That is because where we are seeing, so there actually that will be slightly different from what is the original position. So because of that reason, it will be twinkling. Question number 37. In case of single slit Fraunhofer diffraction, so angle of diffraction is theta for the secondary maximum. So single slit diffraction pattern, you know that now? Single slit diffraction pattern. In this single slit diffraction pattern, so what is the condition for maxima? D into sin theta, where D is the slit width. D into sin theta value is equal to 2n plus 1 into lambda value. Interference conditions and so diffraction conditions both are reverse. So here for secondary maximum, which maximum? Secondary maximum. For secondary maximum, what is the condition? So n value will be equal to 2. When n value is equal to 2, what is the lambda they ask you? So lambda value can I substitute? Lambda value is equal to D into sin theta divided by how much I will get? So this is 2D into sin theta divided by 5. They given slit with A. So then what is the answer? 2A into sin theta divided by 5. This is the condition for wavelength. That is question number 37. Next one. Question number 38. What is this question is? When the angle of incidence is 60 degrees on a surface of glass slab, it is found that reflected ray is completely polarized. What is the velocity of light? So light incident on a glass slab. Some part of the light will be reflected, some part will be refracted. So for which reflected ray, so what they are telling is, so reflected ray is completely polarized. So for the reflected ray completely polarized, the angle of incidence value should be equal to polarization. You know that now? According to Breslow's law. Then what is the formula for mu? Mu is equal to tan theta. So mu value tan theta be given it as angle of incidence. What is the angle of incidence? 60 degrees. So what I get mu value? Mu is equal to root 3. So what is mu is equal to ratio between the velocity of light in air to velocity of light in a medium. So V is given by C divided by V. So what is the value? C value 3 into 10 to the power of 8 divided by mu value root 3. Then what will you get? Root 3 into 10 to the power of 8. Understood now? So this is question number 38. Next question. Question number 13. According to the Bohr's model of hydrogen atom, so what is the radius of stationary orbits? You know that, no? What is the radius formula? So radius formula will be given by R value directly proportional. R value is directly proportional to n square because we know this. R1 is to R2 is to R3 if I want to calculate, that is 1 is to 4 is to 2. So it is directly proportional to square of the principal quantum number. By using the formula R is equal to epsilon naught into, so what is the formula for radius? Epsilon naught into n square into h square divided by pi into m into z into e square. Okay, so this is question number 13. Next question number 40. What is the percentage somehow that can be changed into energy in a fusion? Actually, percentage of total energy released in fusion is more. If it is fission, the energy will be of 0.01%. In a fission, 0.01% of energy mass is converted into energy. But in fusion, it will be more. So 0.01 more value there it is 0.7. 0.7%. Next question. So question number 41. In the figure shows connected so two ideal diodes, resistor not capacitor C and 2C. The 120 volt battery is connected to the input terminals with positive potential at A and negative potential to B. So what is the output voltage? So this battery here battery was there. Battery positive connected to A, battery negative connected to B. So this diode D2. So this is the diode positive and negative. Positive connected to here negative and negative connected to here positive. So this diode is in reverse bias. It will not conduct. Then what happens? Current after passing through capacitor. So the same current I will pass across which one are same charge. Will flow across which one 2C. Then how C and 2C both are connected? So what about this diode? So this diode, this is a positive, this is a negative. It is in forward bias. Now the circuit will be similar to that of which one? Two capacitors connected in series. So one of capacitance value will be of C. Other of capacitance value 2C. Total voltage applied value given it as, so that is given it as 120 volt. So this is given it as 120 volt. Understood? In a series combination, so C is equal to Q by V. In series combination, charge will same. So then capacitance is inversely proportional, potential is inversely proportional to capacitor. C inversely proportional to V. So total value 120. It should be divided in the ratio. So in the ratio of 2:1. 2:1 means here what I will get 80, here what I will get 40. Directly I am writing. Now output is taken as 2C. So this is the value of output. Then what is the output voltage is given by? The output voltage is given by V output. That is the voltage across 2C. So that is our 40. Question understood now? So this is 40. Next question number 42. The band is directly taking question. What is the band between germanium and silicon? Germanium that is the order of 0.7 and silicon the value of 1.1. Question number 43. The minimum voltage in amplitude AM wave, amplitude modulated wave formed to be so 2 volt. Maximum voltage value, so they give 43. E max and E minimum value. So E max is given it as 10 volt. And what is E minimum? This is the question with the communication system. So E minimum value given it as 2 volt. What they are asking us to calculate? What is the modulation index mu value? So modulation index mu is equal to E max minus E minimum divided by E max plus E minimum. So then what will get the answer? Which is equal to E max minus E minimum value is equal to how much of? So 10 minus 2 divided by 10 plus 2. If I want to calculate percentage of mu value into 100, then what will get the answer? Which is equal to 80 divided by 12 into 100. So 8 will go for how many times? 12 ones are 12, 8.3. So you will get the answer is 64.2. That is question number 40. Next one. Question number 44. What is this question is? According to Stephen's law, directly you know this na? According to Stephen's law, amount of energy emitted per second per unit area is directly proportional to 4th power of temperature. Then E value is equal to sigma into T power 4. Where T sigma is called as Stephen's constant. Next. Question number 40. You know that in a PN junction, when diode said to be in forward bias. So when it is in forward bias means, so diode positive or negative. Positive connected to battery positive, negative connected to negative. This is of plus, this is of minus. Then diode is said to be in which bias? Forward bias. Question number 46. The intensity of electric field at a point at a distance r from the large flat charged metal sheet. What is the electric field intensity due to? So large charged metal sheet formula E is equal to sigma divided by 2 into epsilon. So E value does not depend upon distance. E directly proportional to r over c. Next question. 47. So this is the question based on spherical mirror. A spherical mirror forms an erected image 3 times the linear size of the object. Question number 47. They given magnification. Magnification formula V by U. V by U given it as 3. Then V is equal to, that is of 3 into U. And what they given it as? So they given the distance between object and image. So here somewhere the mirror is there. Here is the object. Here is the image. So distance between the object and image. So this distance given it as. So that is this value U, this value U. V plus U value. How much it is? 80. Can I substitute V value? Then what I will get? 3U plus U is equal to 80. Then what happened to U value? That is of 20 centimeters. When I know U value and V value, so obviously I can calculate the V also. What is the formula for focal length? 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by V. It is forming the real image. Then what I will get? F value is equal to V into U divided by, so V minus U value. Correct? V minus U value. That you can calculate. So V value. Here V value is equal to 3 into U. Then what I will get? V is equal to 3 into U. That is 60. Then what I will get? 60 into 20 divided by, how much it is? 60 minus 20. Simplify this. So we will get the answer of F value is equal to 15 centimeters. Okay? That is question number 47. Next one. Question number 48. So what I given the question is, solid sphere of radius r made up of a material of bulk modulus value k surrounded by a liquid in a cylindrical container. So one cylindrical container is there. It is fitted with one piston. One solid sphere is there. Solid sphere bulk modulus given is. So bulk modulus is nothing but volume stress divided by volume strain. So F by A divided by delta V by V. What is delta V by V value? Delta V by V is equal to F by A by which one it has K. Correct? Now what they tell you is they put some load on this piston. Okay, a mass on a piston. So a massless piston of area A float on the surface of the liquid. When a mass capital M is placed on the piston, so to compress the liquid, then what is the fraction? Now what is F by A after placing the load mass? F by A value nothing but M into G. What they asking us to calculate? So when mass is placed on the piston to compress the liquid, so what is the fractional change in the radius of the sphere? Fractional change in radius of the sphere means here what I will get? Delta V by V is equal to F by A value mg, force acting per unit area, mg by k. Correct? But volume directly proportional to R cube. So what I will get? Delta V by V, delta V by volume directly proportional to R cube. Then what is delta V by V value? 3 into delta R by R. I want to calculate the change in the radius value. I will write it as capital R into R cube. Then what I will get? 3 into delta R by R. Then 3 into delta R by R will be equal to mg by k. Then, so delta R by R value is equal to, so mg divided by 3 into k. Understood? This is question number 48. The next question. Question number 49. They asking us to calculate what is the de Broglie wavelength value. De Broglie wavelength which one? Electron. Directly formula is there. So what is the de Broglie wavelength for electron? Lambda E value is equal to 12.26 divided by root V angstroms. V value given as 120. Then what I will get? So 12.26 divided by root 120. Angstrom, that is 10 to the power of minus 4. Then simplify this, you will get the answer. That is 12.26 divided by approximately what is the root 20 value you need to substitute. So that is given in electron volt 120 electron kinetic energy. Okay, find the d Broglie wavelength of an electron which kinetic energy value is equal to, so 1 by 120 electron. Here it is 120 not given directly. So kinetic energy is given 120 electron. Kinetic energy formula E into V1 is equal to 120 electron. Then E cancel. Then V value is equal to 120. Okay, so substitute the values. What is the answer? You will get it is, so that is of how much? 112 picometers. 112 into 10 to the power of minus 12. This can be written as 112 picometers. Once you check the option, this is question number 40. Next, question number 50. So what is this? Is metal wire of 1 meter length has a mass 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Tension value 100 newtons. So what is the speed? What is the speed of a transmission in a metal? So T is equal in a metal wire. T is equal to root over speed formula. V is equal to root over T divided by V. So T is equal to, you know, already given. T value given it as 100 newtons. Then mu nothing but mass by length. So what is the mass value? 10 power minus 2 by length value given it as 1. Then what will get? V is equal to root over 100 divided by, so 10 power minus 2, which is of answer will be 100 meters per second. This is question number 50. Next one, question number 51. So ammeter connected in series, voltmeter connected in parallel. So what they are asking us to calculate? They given reading of ammeter. Ammeter will give you current. So I value given it as how much? 3 amperes. Voltmeter rating given it as 6 ohm. What is the resistance formula? R is equal to V1. So R value, that is 6 divided by 3. Answer. What they are asking us to calculate? What is the resistance value? So actually here ammeter having some resistance. So due to that reason, what happened? You will not get current value as it is. So what is the resistance value? Actually this value less than 2 ohm. Okay, less than 2 ohm. Next, question number 52. So they are asking us to calculate for the given digital circuit, identify the logic circuit. So identify the logic circuit means you can write directly Boolean equation. Instead of writing the Boolean equation also directly you can check. If I take here 1 no 1, so here not gate, I will get 0 0. So 0 0 given to which gate here it has? So that gate is of NAND gate na? Here is of NAND gate means NAND gate, AND gate is another AND gate 1 1 then only 0. Remaining all cases that will be of 0 only. Then NAND gate reverse. 0 0 is there means what will get the answer? 0 0 given to NAND gate na? So this is not a NAND gate. It should be, so this is of NOR gate. NOR gate. So NOR gate means opposite to each other, OR gate. So NOR gate when I get 0 0, OR gate I get 0, but NOR gate I get 1. So you can check the conditions like 1 by 1. When I take 1 1, I got answer 1. When I take 1 0, here what I will get 0 1, I will get answer 0. So that is the output of which gate? AND gate. So what is the final output we will get? That is a which gate? AND gate. Okay, next question. Question number 53. For which combination working temperature of source and sink, efficiency of the carbonate engine is maximum? Efficiency formula 1 minus T2 divided by T1. When efficiency maximum means whenever the temperature difference between the source and sink is maximum. So source should be at high temperature, sink should be at low temperature. To get this condition, so this is one. 300 and 100. Source should be at high temperature, sink is at very low temperature. So this is our question number 53. Next question. Question number 54. 4 resistors are connected, PQRS, in a Wheatstone bridge. 54. So Wheatstone bridge is given. There are 4 resistors are there. Here one, and this is 1 and this is 1. So 1 is of P and this is of Q and this is of R and this is of S. Correct? When bridge is said to be balanced? When P by Q is equal to R by S. But initially they given P value 2, Q value 3, so R value 2 and S value 4. The condition not satisfied. P by Q is not equal to R by S. What they are asking us to calculate to make which one? What is P by Q value? P value 2 and the P by Q value. P by Q. P value 2. And what about Q value? Q value is 3. So R by S ratio I want to get which one? 2 by 3. Anyhow R value 2. So S value 4. To make S value how much? 3. So how much I should connect? I should connect and one more resistance in parallel. How much resistance to be connected in parallel? So actually S value is 4. How much if I need to connect to make which one? To make this S value to 3 ohms. So if I connected 12 ohms. When I connected 12 ohms, what is the S value? 4 into 12 divided by, so 4 plus 12. 4 into 12 value 48 by 16. 48 by 16 value will be equal to, so that is of 3. How much resistance will be connected in parallel? That is of 12. Are you getting up? When 12 ohms is connected in series, in parallel, yes, the effective resistance of S will become 3. So that time P by Q value will become R by S. Okay now? Next question. Question number 55. A block kept on a rough horizontal surface sliding with inclination of surface is theta. So what is that angle? Name is called as angle of repose. Whenever a block is placed on a rough inclined corresponding to one particular angle of incidence. So that is only called as angle of repose, theta. So what happens to the block? The block is ready to slide. When it is ready to slide directly, we know. So mu value is equal to refractive. So what is mu value here is coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction value will be equal to tan of the which one? Tan of the angle of repose. Here nothing is there. Resolving the weight of the block into two components. So this is of mg cos theta. This is of mg sin theta. So what is the friction force here? Friction force value given by Fs. So equal to which value? Mg sin theta is equal to Fs. Mg sin theta Fs value is equal to mu s into E. Then we can show mu value is equal to how much? Tan theta. Next question. 56. So uniform electric field given. What about the E value? Electric field of intensity E is equal to 1 into 10 to the power of how much? 4 Newton Coulomb meters. Newton Coulomb meters. So what is E by M ratio given? That is a 1.8 into 10 to the power of 11. Now what they are asking us to calculate? An electron is accelerated from rest. So U value is equal to 0. Velocity of the electron when it has traveled a distance traveled value is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 2 meters. Here motion of the electric field in external uniform electric field. Whenever electron is moving in external uniform electric field, so what happens? Electron will be accelerated like this now. So motion will be uniformly accelerated motion. So I can apply the equations of motion. V square minus U square is equal to 2As. So which value I want to calculate? They are asking us to calculate the velocity of the electron when it has traveled. So V square minus U square value is 0 is equal to 2 into A into S. So V value is equal to root over 2 into A into S square. Which value I want to calculate? A value. How can I calculate A value? Force acting due to electric field formula F is equal to Q into E. So force acting formula ME. Here electron E into E. Then what is A value? E by M into capital E. So what is E by M value? E by M value 1.8 into 10 to the power of 11 into 10 to the power of 4. So how much it is? 10 to the power of 15 now? Acceleration value I got. Substitute the values here. Then what will it be? Is equal to root over 2 into A value 1.8 into 10 to the power of 15 into S value, so 2 into 10 to the power of 2. Simplify this, we will get the answer for D. So root for complete, that is of 8.5. Nearly 8 will get 8.5 into 10 to the power of 6. Actually we will get 8 there. 18 2s are 36, 36 2s are 64. But approximately they given 8.5 into 10 to the power of 6. So this is question number 56. Next question. What is the next question is question number 57. The displacement time graph for two moving particles making an angle 30 degrees and 45 degrees with x-axis. So what is the ratio of the velocities? You know that now. What is the velocity will be given by slope of the graph. So v1 by v2 is equal to first angle is tan 30 degrees divided by tan 45 degrees. What is tan 30 degrees value is equal to 1 by root by 1. So what is the ratio you get is 1 is to root. Slope of which graph? Displacement time graph will gives us which one now? Velocity. Next one. Question number 58. The emitter current and transistor is 2.2 milliampere. Collector current is 2 milliampere. What is the base current? What is the relation between the base current, emitter current, and collector current? So emitter current is equal to base current plus collector current. So what is the base current value is equal to IE minus IC. What is IE given it as 2.2. 2.2 minus 2. So whatever the answer is, that is of 0.2. 0.2 which here are milliampere. If I want to write it as microampere, that is of 200 microampere. Next question. Question number 58. 59. 58 is completed. 59. So two slabs, thickness D1 and D2, both are connected in thermal conductivity K1 and K2, connected in series. So there are two slabs and D2. This is one slab and this is one slab. This thickness value given it as D1, this thickness given it as K2. This thermal conductivity given it as K1, this thermal conductivity given it as K2. So quality is maintained, free ends are maintained. This temperature is theta1, this temperature is theta. So they are asking us to calculate what is the temperature of the junction. So actually in steady state, steady state, the heat flowing across first slab and second slab both are same. So what is the rate of heat flow formula? K1 into A into, so theta, so here what is the heat will flow from high temperature to low temperature. Theta1 is greater than theta1, theta0 greater than theta2. So theta1 minus theta1 divided by which one now? D1 will be equal to, so here heat flowing across the second slab, K2 into A. So have they given the area cross sections are same only na? So area cross sections are same. K2 into A into theta0 minus theta divided by B. Simplify this. So we will get the answer for theta. What is theta0? Temperature of the junction. So theta0 value will get K1 theta1 d2, K1 theta1 d2 plus K2 theta2 d1 divided by which one now? K1 d2 plus K2 d1. Whenever if they given d1 value is equal to d2, then also we can write theta1. Understood? Next one. Last question. Question number 60. What is this question is? So the applied AC power to a half-wave rectifier is 200 watts. The DC output power is 50 watts. What is the rectification efficiency? What is the efficiency formula? P out divided by P in. Okay? Power half-wave rectifier. So output power given it as 50. My input power given it as 200. Correct? So then what will get 5 ones are 5 4. If I want to calculate the percentage, so percentage value into 100, then this is equal to 20. Okay, na? So these are the questions of first grad test. When you go through all 60 questions, so what is clear is, out of these 60 questions, maximum, not more than 5 questions. The remaining all are easy. But only one thing is, time maintenance is very important. So because every question within the time, theory questions are there, means you have to take less time. That questions you need to spend more time for doing your numericals. If any question you felt that much complicated, immediately you have to leave. Okay? So this is the grad test one. Thank you.